Hey y'all, so a little video update here. Over the last 3 to 4 days, we have gotten so much done here at the house. For part of it, we were gone, but for those of you that may not know and may not follow along on Instagram, we just got our roof replaced, we just got our gutters replaced, we just got part of our fence replaced, and then we finally got the pillar up for the trash can so that we can hide the trash cans over on the back side of the house. So I'm really excited about all that. I thought that in itself this would be its own video, which is with as much as has been done in the last 3 to 4 days. It's amazing what you can get done. We've really kind of been dragging on some of these projects like the pillar for the trash can area and things like that. So why don't I just flip my camera around. I'll give a quick view of up front as well. I really need to get these boxwoods trimmed, but I missed the window earlier this summer when it was cooler, and we're 103 degrees today, so I don't see me getting to get these boxwoods trimmed up anytime really soon. I'll have to wait probably till fall till it cools off, but it is just really grinding my gears that I can't get these boxwoods shaped up. I just pull up every day and I'm like, I really want to get those trimmed up, but I know that I shouldn't. So anyways, let's just flip my camera around. I'll show you the new roof and I'll explain the roof choice and kind of give an overview of why we did what we did. Okay, so for as hot as it is, the front looks pretty good. I'm really liking some of that bluish gray color that I added up here. I am struggling with Helen von Stein lamb's ear this year. I've always planted Helen von Stein. For those of you that may not know, that is Helen von Stein right there. Earlier on the season, I lost one of the 4 that was right here. So that one's half struggling. And then I'm gonna probably lose that one, and I lost one right there. So I don't really know what's going on. They're not overly moist, they're not too dry. It's just really hot, and I think some things are just struggling, and it just happens to be the lamb's ear right now, which is typically a really tough Oklahoma plant for us. But you know, if that's all that happens throughout this summer heat, I think that I'll take that as a win. These boxwoods are the ones, all the boxwoods in the front are the ones I'm talking about trimming up, but I can't wait for this view when the boxwoods are trimmed up and really clean in tight balls. Let's see here. Let's go to the roof. So this is the new roof, and you might be thinking it looks very similar to the old roof, and it does. It is a slightly darker color, which we wanted to go with, and I'm really happy with it. So we upgraded to a class 4 roof, which is just an impact resistant roof because this house didn't have one on it initially, and I really initially wanted to upgrade the shingle design, but at the end of the day that was going to be like an upgrade of like $12,000 out of pocket, and I just couldn't. It wasn't that worth it to me. I would rather look at the house than have some really decorative shingle up there that looked really good but was that expensive out of pocket. It just didn't make sense. You know, we wanted to upgrade to class 4, and then we also wanted to upgrade the design, but upgrading the design in addition to the class 4 just didn't make a whole lot of financial sense to us, and so this is what we went with. And I'm really happy with it. Again, it doesn't look much different than the last roof, but it is a shade darker. And then the gutters got completed today, so all the gutters got taken off as well, and they got replaced. We had a storm come through, and we weren't really expecting to replace the roof, but when it came through and, you know, we were able to get it replaced, we thought we might as well do it. So I was really stressed out about it because this roof is extremely steep. For those of you that know anything about roofs, the pitch is very steep. So it was about 100+ degrees when they were doing this as well. And so they did their best. They covered most of the plants. They did their best not to destroy any plants. And I will say that they did a fantastic job, to be honest with you. I only lost 2 plants. I didn't lose them. They just really got damaged, and I'll show you those here in a second. But I will say that getting the roof replaced on this house wasn't the most pleasant thing because it was just like I just need to turn my head away and not watch what's going on because I'm going to stress about it. That's just kind of what I do. I'm sure there's many of you out there like that. When stuff is getting disturbed, I just get really stressed out about it, and I immediately want to just go out and fix it and get it back to how it was before that. And we had to wait about 5 days to get everything back in order. So now all the construction with the roof replacement and the gutter replacement and the fence replacement in the back is done, and we started to get things tidied up yesterday, and we'll get things tidied up probably a little bit later after I finish filming this video, but that will be a relief in and of itself. So let's just go take a look at the plants that got hurt. Okay, and so the only plants that got damaged, which this was a bummer, some damage here. Our hose reel got damaged, so I've got to get that fixed or get another one ordered, which the roofing company is paying for. But this massive boxwood took a pretty good hit. It was really full, and you can see there, this part of the roof up here is just extremely steep, and shingles were just flying off this thing from a really high height. So what I'm going to do, because this boxwood will still survive this fall, or maybe early next spring, depending on when we get to it, hopefully this fall, we are going to take it, we're going to dig it up again. For those of you that have followed along for a period of time, that boxwood used to be like right in here in the middle, kind of where this path was, and we moved it over here. So we are going to basically dig it back up and rotate it to where this side over here is facing the street, so that it looks like nothing ever happened to it. So, you know, overall, if that's all that happens when you're getting your entire roof torn off, probably not all that bad. But let's go to the back and take a look at what changed back there. Okay, so we have been talking about this area back here for some time, and I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do with it. I knew we had dug all this brick plus the brick from this pillar we had dug up when we were redoing the front and backyards, and so we saved all of that because I knew we would want to do something here. This poured concrete pad was already here, and we wanted to hide the trash cans. Initially, I wanted to just do a solid concrete or a solid brick wall here that matched the brick, but we didn't have near enough original brick to get that done. So what we did was we decided on a pillar, and then we will put some fencing here that matches the rest of our fencing. And I think that will look good. And then we'll leave this side open over here because that's the side that is towards our driveway, and that's how we will get the trash cans in and out. So once we get that fence installed, that will probably happen tomorrow. All this is gonna get cleaned out. The bricks are gonna probably go elsewhere to be stacked, and then we'll get this area all tidied up, the trash cans hidden behind this fence, and life will be good, because I absolutely hate looking at those trash cans. So next is the fence. So again, for those of you that have followed along for a period of time, the fence over here did not get replaced. I battle wisteria and Virginia creeper over here really bad. Our neighbor also over there has the pretty side of the fence, and they contacted me and said, hey, we're thinking about replacing our fence. Can we get your guys' number? And I said, well, if you guys are going to replace your fence, and we're going to take the opportunity to do the same. And so we just decided to get rid of the vine once and for all. We replaced the side of the fence. Initially, we didn't replace it because it was in, I use air quotes, okay shape. And we were doing a lot of other stuff early on and at the same time. So we just decided to forego this side of the fence. And it's just always bothered me because the rest of this is cedar, and we've just painted it, but this side was not cedar, and the pieces of wood were not the same width, and Tommy and I are OCD, and that just really, it bothered me more than him. But when our neighbor mentioned that, it's like, okay, let's just bite the bullet and do it. I have also started filming a video on the drip. So the drip's not done. These poles that we have here are like solid steel poles, much thicker than we had at our old house. So we're trying to figure out a way. We didn't have time. We did this part last week before we left for vacation, and we broke a couple drill bits. And so for the interim, just to get these baskets by on vacation, we ran the drip to them. Oh, look at the hummingbird. But we ran drip to these, and then we just zip tied the drip that runs up the back of the pole so that we could just have what we needed watered for vacation. So once we get the correct drill bit, I will show you all of those pieces. All of that video has all of the pieces to the puzzle. It's really detailed, and you'll be able to see exactly how we did it. So we were on vacation for like 3 or 4 days, and we didn't water these, and I haven't watered these since I've been back, and it was about 100 plus degrees while we were out there, and these baskets did fantastic. We need to, those over there, you might have noticed, they're kind of just haphazardly thrown up, and it doesn't look near as clean because those had to be removed and the wood racks had to be pulled out to get the fence replaced. And so they just kind of hung those back up and reconnected them, and I'll probably go in this weekend, finish filming that video, and then get all of that cleaned up. You can see here, I'll show you kind of how these are ran, but it's really clean. So it runs up the back of the pole, you never see it, then it runs along the holder right there, it runs down the holder and down one side of the chain, and then it divides off into 2 emitters that keep everything watered. Back here, I'm struggling with some like here, just some things. It's been really hot, and these things just, you know, didn't get established in enough time, and they get kind of missed by the sprinkler system. So when we were out of town for 3 or 4 days, it kind of just is what it is. We'll get those things replaced if they don't make it. Hopefully, we're supposed to get a cool down coming here pretty soon this weekend. So I'm hoping, I've been doing some supplemental watering, but we missed 3 or 4 days of watering. So that certainly didn't help our cause when we were on vacation. But anyways, that is pretty much all that I have for this video. The raised bed area is looking pretty good. Bees are doing well. And overall, I'm just really happy with the progress that we have made in the last 3 or 4 days. Not necessarily we, all of this work has been done with the exception of the drip. We do that ourselves, but we have some small little touch-up things to do this weekend and finishing up the drip. So yeah, that is all that I have for this video. If you wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye.